But how we doing? I am the damn cat. It is Saturday morning, which means it is time for GTRC racing time. We're going to be in the mini series, the MX-5 Cup. So this is going to be two short sprint races around the high speed ring. The first, each will be 20 minutes long. First, the normal direction. The second, reversed. And then for the second race, it'll be reverse grid from the finishing results of the first race. So we're going to kick this thing off here in a couple of minutes, and then yeah, it's gonna be fun. These cars are always fun. So this is not a track that I commonly race on, so we're gonna see how that goes. It's gonna be interesting because just the nature of this track means it's gonna be kind of hard to predict who falls where until we get near the end. Yep, and so yeah, just here in a few minutes. Not really. Let's see what's going on track. We got rated on track. Let's do a quick little jaunt around ourselves here. Just to get a little bit of a warm up. And just to see why this track is going to be unpredictable. So the tire wear and fuel consumption is set fairly aggressively, but should still be able to go the entire distance. So slipstream is definitely going to be a must-have for this race. You get out of the slip, you're going to basically fall back. So yeah, so see, pretty short tracks. So these cars are about 1:20. Ballpark is going to be about what we're going to expect to run each lap. And we're not running a rear wing, so we have no rear aero to help with the rear stability. You see other people might have a rear wing, we don't. It's just this, I don't like the aesthetic of the wing on these cars, so I opted to not run them. But that's going to put me at an aero disadvantage, because that means I have to rely fully on mechanical grip, essentially, to get around these tracks, instead of having any aero help. Yeah, especially when you're in tow around this track, you're going to want to stay on the high line, basically. Like I said, yeah, about 1:20 per lap is going to be what we expect in this direction. First lap should be about the same, actually. Times would be about the same, regardless of which direction we're going. Usually on track, one way or the other will be slower. That's just not the case this time. Alright, so qualifying will start here in a moment. And we are gonna see how it's going. So I am hoping the stream does not crash today, because I ended up having to do some surgery on the PC yesterday instead of streaming. So also made another discovery that I'm not able to fix, but sometime later today I'll get what I need to fix that and try to have it fixed by the end of the weekend. Where basically I discovered that my system is prone to overheating right now, because the thermal paste is no longer paste, it's powder, and the heat sink is doing a lot of work, a lot more work than it should be. And this was just because I was having issues with my RAM, so that's why I was digging into it in the first place. Alright, normally this track it's definitely a slipstream track, so but ideally in qualifying you don't use slipstream. Actually, I forgot how many laps again we're doing. So I want to keep an eye on Super behind us, so let's see what kind of lap time we're going to do in clean air. I'm expecting 120s. It's just because it's just the nature of this track. Since we're not in anyone's slip, we're going to take a lower line through here. If I was in somebody's slip, I'd follow them up on the type of wall. That's not going to help. Took too wide of an exit. Again, a little tap of the wall. We're not wanting to do that. It's one of those things where we want to be kind of that aggressive, but at the same time, we don't. See what kind of lap time we're going to get in here. Expecting a low 120 mid because of our impact with the wall. There we go, that's better. Oh, took that horribly. Lose a lot of time there because of that. That corner is probably going to be our least consistent corner all race. In both directions. Alright, so we're about 500s up from our best lap so far. think we're done. So we're starting 6th, which is fine. This racing track in particular is going to be less about where you start and more just where you finish and all that. So now we're going to weigh on race start basically. So of course Doug took the fastest lap because of course he did. The 1:19.6, we're not going to see some people getting that on our own. I don't think we are going to. I think we can hit it if and only if we're in somebody's slip. At least in this direction. In the reverse, I think I know I can hit the 119s on my own, but it takes a lot. It takes basically getting everything right. There's one corner, which I've already pointed out which one, that is gonna be a struggle to get, especially to do anything consistently with it. You'll be fine, man. You'll be fine. You just gotta keep on the backside, somebody's backside, and you'll be good. On your own, yeah, we're all gonna be slow here on our own. This is more of a slipstream track, so basically we're gonna want to keep only the guy in front of you's butt the entire time. I think as you follow along, you might find where the more ideal line for your style is. Alright, here we go. Good luck. Oh, we missed the shift. No bueno. Didn't want to go into third. I don't know why I did that. Ooh, somebody smashed the wall. This super has flashes on. Just make it interesting. Yep. Type R held that inside line a little too hard for our pace anyway. Sheesh. Don't think we know what we want to do here. Well, Doug's trying to break the toe, and everyone else is trying to stay in the toe. This puts us at a disadvantage. Because we got held to the inside, outside of that line there. Not where we want to be. Yeah, this is not a good idea. Yeah, that was not a good idea. Hope something happened to Doug. Alright, let's see if we can get back up to Doug and kind of use him to gain some positions. Right now, Doug is pulling us along. Except Type R is pulling him along as well. Hold on to it, Doug. Hold on to it, me. Still very early in the race. At this point, we really don't want to battle anyone. We kind of just want to stay close. We basically want to stay in slipstream range. That's basically what we want to do. Yeah, don't know what line to take right now. It's too chaotic up here. So I think we're just gonna wait it out back here. Ooh. Ooh, that hurt. Yeah, we kind of got caught up in that. quite much we could do there. Ooh, she's already in the pits? Did she kill her tires that quickly? Or did something come up? I was expecting Super to stay on my right side there. Screw that up a little bit. About to hit the halfway point. We're kind of forced into a bad line there. Now we need to catch up to Super again. to go. Get off the wall. No, no, no. Off the wall, off the wall, off the wall, off the wall. No. Oh, shit. Damn it. That's the last thing we needed to happen. Ah! That is frustrating. Oh, there we go. Laying on bar to catch back up now. See if we can do it in 7 laps. Alright, we got 2 seconds to gain on bar. And we have 7 laps to try to get back near the front. That spin hurts so bad. Okay, bar, just did what I did. Except he didn't quite spin off of it. In which case, we'll lose more speed trying to push him. So we'll pull him along and let him push us around. Don't want to hit the wall ourselves. That is frustrating. Somebody got to catch up 7 seconds basically to type R. Yeah, we have 5 laps to do it. I don't think it's going to happen. Especially since we're losing touch with bar as well. Dang it. We were doing good too. We were in position until we did that. Five to go. And we got to somehow catch up to Type R to try to get back to the pack. Just don't see it happening. We're not maintaining the speed we need to through there. We are slowly reeling Type R in, but it's just not enough. Better than we've been doing the past couple laps. .1, we almost got to the 119s on our own there. Here to go. You're slowly ruining tapering. We're just he's too far ahead, too far back. That spin is just so demoralizing, basically, almost. It's like, it took us out of it. It's fine. We have another race after this one. We have round 2. Alright, coming up on the final lap. We got it down to 4.5 seconds basically, but it's just too late. We're teasing ourselves with these 128.1s. Alright, we finished that one. Alright, let's see. Let's grow. Yeah, we going, we growing. We're trying to, anyway. We tried to get them. Got to rebroadcast. Alright, cool. Rebroadcasts are always fun. Sometimes they can be more fun than the live thing. Alright. Let's ready on you. 11 laps down. You have to wonder why she went in the pits. I was waiting to basically the last possible moment to go into 5th. I was going probably 127-ish or somewhere in that ballpark before going into 5th, coming out of that final corner. Because yeah, this is a car where you can rev it out, and there's sometimes you should, especially coming out of those banks. Probably should rev it out. Oh, I forgot to get a certain screenshot. No. To the last 30 minutes. That way we have okay, I don't have any arrow to edit, so I don't have that option. Because I got the nice smooth wingless look going, like Doug. So we're just running over that all pure mechanical grip. That's all we have. That was not the button I wanted. I did not want to do intercourse. Yeah, I can't, you can't, yeah, the front can't be edited. It's only the rear arrow if you have the wing that you can shift. I don't have the rear wing, so I can't edit my rear either. Me and Doug are the crazy ones who are not running a rear wing. I mean, for this track, it's fine. We don't really need the rear wing too much. Because what you're going to find yourself doing is you're going to end up running it as far down as you can if you have the wing here at least. So, better off just not having it. Some of the tracks, which I don't know the schedule, some of the tracks you may want that rear wing, but I'm willing to make do without it. I am on, we finished 6th, right? Yep, so we'll be starting 3rd. This is the reverse layout, so alright, here we are. The grid is set. 2 minutes. I want to check right now. No, we're going to keep it that way. Quiet. 2 minutes. So I'm hoping my stream is a little smoother than it's been in the past. So part of my RAM fix was to add more RAM. So I'm instead of running 16 gigs like I've had, I now have 24. I was gonna go to 32, but it turns out 8 of those 16, the original 16 gigs, are part of the board. Can't change it. So my approach kind of backfired. So instead of having 2 16 gig DIMM sticks, I now have the 8 gigs built into the board and a 16 gig. 24 gigs is a weird amount to have. We'll see if it helps though. Probably go get some thermal paste later to reapply to everything. Didn't realize what was on it was in pretty bad shape. You've already done 109.9 miles today. Sheesh. I think it's been 2 minutes. Whew. I, I'm just not realizing just how similar Doug's and Razor's liveries are. I'm just not noticing that. Same color scheme, just the colors are in different places. You have my nice, uniquely purple livery. So pretty. Alright, so we're not going to have long to save our replay and take our screenshots that we're going to need. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. 20 more laps. Going the other way. This is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting, for sure. Let's see if we can not spin this time. Whoa! What happened there? Clear that up a little bit. Oh shit! That might actually be a penalty. Shock. Doug's gonna catch me here in a minute. Switching too wide there. We're gonna get a little wiggly. Not interested in battling at the moment. If Doug wants to go by, he can go right on by right now. There, we didn't take a very good line through there. Super's not too far behind right now. took a very while along through there. They got a better run of that corner than we did. We're now at the halfway point. Yeah, we should have stayed fifth. That was a mistake. Oh no, Doug! Hold on to it, buddy. Need to catch up to Doug. We're actually out of the slip now, which is not a good thing. Royally. Starting to circle that corner for some reason. Now Doug's gonna run away from us. Now we need to reel Doug back in. That was not a good sector. Fuck! Come on. It was about the same point last race that we spun like that. The fuck? We were just on the curb is all that was. So that's the only cause I was just us being on the curb like that. Ah. That is frustrating. I don't know why I went so deep there. That was the last thing we needed to do. close to at the limit to try to keep it on that corner without coming fully off the throttle at least. Ah! Alright. We're gonna have to lose any more position, shall we? It's coming up on the end. We're gonna have to work with Eastland here to catch up to Supra, or try to catch up to Supra and Doug, but I don't know if we have enough time to do it. Moment, we don't want to try to get around it at the moment. Screw that up a little bit. It's been a final lap. Oh, of course we get a penalty. Oh, that was an improvement over the previous round, but we still spun. We still spun at a little over the halfway point, just like we did the first time. Oh, that is frustrating. But you're up there fighting with Doug. Then we spun. Damn it. I don't want to say fighting. That was nothing wrong. We're just keeping up with him. Because I really want to start trying to fight until the last lap. That was like my fight. That was my fight lap. The last lap. And just the last lap. Oh, come on, you. Let's go. Let's go. You got it. You got it. You got it. Jeez. Jeez. That penalty at the end killed our shot at podium. Alright. GG's. That was fun. That was even more fun than I was expecting. These cars are always fun. I was expecting this track to be fun, but it was actually quite enjoyable. Whew. Alright. This was fun. I don't like it when that happens. That was going to be a cough, but it went away, thankfully. Woo! Let's see what we can. Let's look at these results a little more closely. Alright. We're all basically in the same. You can tell who was able to stick with the crowd and who, or with a buddy, and who wasn't. And unfortunately, at a track like this, that's going to be the case. This is very much a slipstream track, like I mentioned earlier. All right. Whew. That was good. Let's move to our chatting screen. Oh, that was fun. So that was the first round of the GTRC's MX-5 Cup. And that, I believe, is going to be the format round after round. I don't have a clue what the schedule is. I haven't seen it. I just signed up for it a few weeks ago. I haven't seen a schedule or anything. It's one of those. It's fine. I don't mind winging it. Especially these cars. Better off just winging it anyway. Oh, this was fun. Alright, so trying to think, do I have anything else going this weekend? So Rad U is hosting a Porsche Cup. We will probably be participating in that tomorrow morning. If so, we will be streaming our POV. Because why not? And then beyond that, yeah, so last time I mentioned that the next round of the Sector 7 TGR Cup is tomorrow. It's not. I was off by a week. Because of course I was. It's next week. So next week will be filled. Because I think... I don't remember if the next round of the Driver Group 4 Drive Chain is this coming Saturday or the next. I don't remember. Losing track of our schedules after what's going on. It doesn't help that I'm actually actively losing track of the date itself. So it is what it is on that front. So yeah. So beyond tomorrow, Porsche Cup with Raduju. Just our normal midweek stuff. More Persona on Monday, assuming that work doesn't interfere like it has been. And then Tuesdays, still haven't really figured out something. There's another big release I might do it in the next play, if not more Persona. Or that might be, actually Tuesday or Wednesday might become the Sonic Crossroads night, because that game is fun. I enjoyed it. And if you haven't seen what Sonic Crossroads is, check out the stream from Thursday. I did a do a Let's Play series over there, just a basic review of the game. It's fun. Highly recommend it especially if you're into the Sonic series, any Sonic series. So much fun. Oh, so we might start doing that on Wednesdays. Thursday, Super Ritual Thursday. Friday, Persona. And then whatever series comes about over the weekend. Ooh. Alright, but that's going to do it for this stream. If you have not already, head over to the GT45 server. We have qualifying for the Vegas Cup this weekend. So it's just going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. It's for a good cause, so check him out. I think he normally keeps a link to his server on his channel. And we're hosting qualifying with the Vegas Cup this weekend. It's gonna be fun. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be a challenge because it's in the markers, and we all know me. I suck with the markers, but we're gonna make the best of it. It's for a good cause. Sign up, join it, have fun. Ooh, that's gonna do it for today. I am the Damn Kid signing off. Thanks for the likes, the shares, the follows. Helps the channel grow, helps get our message across. And our message is the most important thing of all. It's that you matter. You are important. The light that you bring to this world makes it that much better, that much brighter. If you need help, reach out. And I know, especially with how us men have been programmed through our young lives, that is hard. That is a hard thing to ask. Because we are brought up, taught, that we cannot rely on anyone else. But the reality is the exact opposite. We are stronger, we are strongest when we work together. When you need help, you reach out and I give you a helping hand. When I need help, I reach out and you give me a helping hand. And just like that together, we will both be stronger than we could ever be on our own. But I'm the Damn Kid signing off. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I hope to catch you next time. Until then.